Guys, welcome to the video, and today I am talking about my showdown lineups, what I would have done differently had I had the ownership information, some of the things I would have kept the same. So let's just break down this overall lineup and what I did. So this lineup was a lineup that I constructed that bet on Ezekiel Elliott failing. I thought Ezekiel Elliott in captain was going to go massively over-owned, especially for the matchup against Tampa. So I plugged in Cooper into the captain spot with Prescott, Lamb, Gallup, brought it back with Evans, and then plugged in a cheap Giovanni Bernard into this lineup. This lineup, honestly, it could have been a toss-up between Lamb and Cooper in the captain spot. Interchangeably, if you put Lamb in the captain spot, I would have been fine with it, or Cooper. I decided to just roll the dice with Cooper. My hunch here that the pass catchers were going to be low owned in the captain spot, 5% and 7% here, was correct. So I got Cooper and Lamb I got Cooper here at low ownership in the captain spot, and he went off. Now, if you told me that Dak Prescott was going to throw 60 times in this game, I would have laughed at you. I didn't expect the results that we got, but I thought Cooper and Lamb and Gallup would see enough volume to pay off at their price tag. And it just so happened that Elliott went over-owned in the captain spot, so I had a good hedge against all the Elliott captain lineups. Unfortunately, this lineup was hindered in a few spots here. Evans at 9-2, I thought he was going to see a lot more volume than he was going to see. I thought he was going to get a lot more end zone targets than he ended up getting. It was a toss-up between Evans and Godwin in this lineup. I plugged in Evans, and it didn't work out. He didn't see the volume that I thought he was going to see. Same happened with Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup got hurt, hindered his performance, didn't get to see the field much. That's going to happen. It's unfortunate that Gallup got hurt, but I really can't cry over that. He fit my lineup, and it just didn't work out. Giovanni Bernard at 2K, only at 16% ownership, allowed me to get all the pieces into this Dallas offense that I wanted. So if I knew that Giovanni Bernard was only going to be 16% owned at 2K, a good pass catching back, I would have made this option again. So overall, there's nothing really in this lineup from a process perspective that I would have changed. I think my process was right. Looking at the results, I would have gone with Godwin instead of Evans, but if you were building a showdown lineup and this was the lineup that you presented to me, I wouldn't have called you crazy for this lineup. This one, there are some things that I would change. I played Ezekiel Elliott in this lineup to kind of hedge against the other lineup that I had. So I played Brady. I wanted to play Gronkowski in the captain spot. Although Gronkowski typically maybe wouldn't see as much volume as Evans or Godwin. I thought he had enough equity in the end zone where he could be a viable captain, and the fact that he was only captained in 2.5% of lineups really surprised me. So I had Brady with Gronk, with Evans, and Antonio Brown. I also had Gallup and Elliott in this lineup. Again, I played Elliott to try to hedge against the other lineup I had that was hedging against Elliott. Elliott didn't do anything. One thing that really stands out to me is Antonio Brown's ownership at 48%. I did not know Antonio Brown was going to be owned at this high of a click. I projected Antonio Brown to be about 25 to 35% owned, but he was owned in like half the lineups in this contest. And had I known that, I probably would have built Godwin lineups. The only reason I built this lineup without Godwin was because I thought Antonio Brown was going to have significantly lower ownership, and it turns out he had significantly more ownership. So again, without looking at the results, looking at the process, had I known Brown was going to be this high owned, I probably would have went with Godwin, who has a more secure target potential, in this slate. But Brown went off. He got a big touchdown. So I guess the result was good. But again, I would not have played him at 48%. So yeah, that is my lineup review. Agree or disagree, leave your comments in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next one.